Did they change anything around down here? FBL and STW. So I had it written right, but they've flipped the sides. That's okay. FBL is playing as Section 31. I gave them feedback to raise the tier for this because Section 31 only plays with 5 players. So I don't know if they're going to do that or not. We'll see. They're allowed 3 tier 10, 3 tier 11s and 2 tier 10s. And our feedback from the first time we saw was just let them run all super ships. And then SDW is the Borg. Here's the Borg. We haven't seen the Borg play yet. So this one is going to be interesting. Looking at their lineups and stuff. Commercial is going to start in 11 minutes. And we're a couple minutes behind. I think I might... I can't run an... I don't think I can run one. Chat, I'm going to see if I can run a 3-minute commercial break. There's a chance it might cut into the start of this battle, but I'd rather it cut into the start of the battle than while the battle is going. So let me see if it runs or not. If it doesn't, I will just see if I can snooze them. Either way, we'll get it figured out. Okay, it looks like it ran. Okay. So what is going on with the Borg? You got Maine, Novosibirsk. So they take 2 battleships. Okay, I don't know what 6 Punki means here. Up to 6 points, up to 8 points, 9 points. From 9 points. Here's the points system. I see. Okay. So this is the starting levels. 6 tier 8s and 1 tier 9. And then maximum is 1 tier 11, 4 tier 10s, and 2 tier 9s. Okay. Lots of French ships. It's French and Soviet. Some Pan-Asian as well. And in Ohio. North Carolina, Alabama, Iowa. Okay. Not quite sure how the Borg is set to play out. Hey, Real Durans.
See, if I was gonna go Borg, and their thing would be like they're a collection of everybody. Like there's,
Mm-hmm.
I'd make them be U.S. and maybe UK ships only,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they don't excel at anything, but they don't lack in anything.
Right. Now, they have made one adjustment to the setup right now. Section 31, they have buffed. They said they have done an additional player for Section 31. So instead of 5 players, they play with 6. And that is a 3rd tier 10. So 3 tier 11s and 3 tier 10s. Okay. All right, both teams are readied up at this point. So I think we're ready to go.
Oh, my cigarette's lit, so we're definitely good to go.
Excellent. Chad, are you guys back from the commercial break yet? My thing says 4 seconds left in the commercials, so many of you guys should be back by now.
You had to sneak that plus in there, didn't you?
I did have to sneak that plus in there, yes. Chat, are you guys back yet? Chat, real quick, change up. Actually, I'll mention it when we get into the game. I'll mention it in the game. Let's go. Here we go. All right, so welcome to our first look at the Borg as they fight Section 31. The Borg is a mixture of Soviet and Russian ships, as well as a couple of others brought in. Not quite sure how the points works with them yet, but we shall see. They have a Kiev. Commercial's not playing perfect. They have a Kiev, a Vardabazan, a Tago, a Riga with no flags, a Moskva, an Iowa, and a Satsuma. That's got to feel weird to spawn next to a Satsuma and an Iowa. You know? Don't forget, by the way, this is a training room, so if any players are listening, please feel free to share with your teammates. There's no reason to not run 0 flags because you don't lose them in the training room. You don't use them up. You get them back at the end of the battle. All right, tell us about Section 31, Puddin'.
Well, we've got a Goering, a Moskva, an Annapolis, a Nova, a Yuskov, and the only good battleship in the game, the Schlieffen, with no flags.
No flags, running loot yens, but not taking the loot yen skills. By the way, a lot of people know about this build document that goes around, and a lot of people will just follow that build document straight through. And I highly recommend you consider not doing that. The build document recommends demo expert, but I always tell people you're far better off, especially if you're using loot yens, taking preventative maintenance, because preventative maintenance keeps your secondaries alive. So that's very, very important. Exotic skins created by Zath Bliskin. I don't know about that, Wolfie. The other thing is for a Schlieffen especially, this player, Cat Maruti, has chosen to go with... he's trying to get a way to put vigilance in. So in order to do that, he's sacrificing 4-point skill here. And the Schlieffen line has a limited number of DCPs. So having that emergency repair expert actually would really help the Schlieffen because it's an extra charge of a DCP. And heal too, of course. Now, you'll note that there are 6 players for Section 31. And that is... oh, I just noticed something. Oh, well. That is because as part of the balancing change, they now have 6 players instead of 7, or instead of 5. And that 6th player is an additional tier 10 ship. Ah, okay. Got it, Wolfie. Thank you.
I don't agree with the Schlieffen build almost at all.
Why is that?
I mean, preventative maintenance is almost a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you're not taking IFHE, why aren't you taking turret diverse? Because, like you said, you're Luchans. Schlieffen needs the IFHE for secondaries to do anything.
Yep.
Right? Like, what do you need a adrenaline rush for? If you're not going to survive because you've taken nothing in survivability, AR is not going to matter to you.
And slot 6, I mean, Schlieffen is one of the few ships where you actually want to put secondaries in slot 6 because your secondaries do... If you're playing the Schlieffen right, your secondaries do as much, if not slightly more damage than your primaries. So, anyway, that's okay.
I mean, for a comp, I could see secondaries, but like, or range mod, I can see it, but I mean, remember, you're not running concealment, but you've got all this stuff built for secondaries, and you can't get into range with your secondaries preserving as much HP as possible without concealment.
Right. Now remember, the players here are all using their own accounts, and so that plays into this. They don't have press accounts. They can't just go and spec everybody with whatever they want. Borg have taken the ACAP. Looks like Section 31 has chosen to just wait until the Borg advance. They want to receive. I guess it makes sense with having one fewer player.
But if they're just gonna sit here, it's game over. Like they've already lost.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're kicking 2 caps to your 1. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna have to push forward. I grant that, like you say, slowly, but like, SCW, they're okay. We're in defensive positions. We're waiting for them to push.
Yeah. Because they
And
know
it's
they
like,
don't
okay,
need to push.
yeah. So now it's like, okay, all we have to do is preserve as much HP as possible and focus on just one ship.
Yep. This is why that early cap is so important in this tournament, or any tournament setting for that matter. And so Mad Dave able to just go in and grab the A cap. You can see now the realization from FBL, right? They have to find a way back in. I don't like the Mosfa going so broadside here, but I can understand it. He wants to get himself up to here, get his nose in the A cap to at least stop the point gain. Stack row.
I wouldn't have a problem with the Mossbot doing that if he didn't shoot.
Yes. Yes. Don't let yourself get... Oh, he's turning the other way.
Well, that was nice of him.
What? Okay. See, usually competitive, what you do is you put the bow like right here, and you prevent the A cap from ticking points. At the very least, it ties it up and it slows the game down because they're 3 minutes away. But with the Mosfa in position, you can use your teammates to force the players back from A and get the cap. So the Gearing's going to walk in, Schlieffen's going to walk in, Mosfa's going to make a U-turn. It's like he's following a, like a GPS or whatever, and it tells him to make a U-turn when possible. Gearing detected. Oh yeah, that's right. Riga's got this thing called radar. Actually, no, that's Mosfa's radar.
Believe these words are going to come out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Shove the Schlieffen into the Thunderdome and just park him there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Put him right there. So that radar is expiring. Riga's radar is out. But Riga's got a Hydro available. And Gearing is in Hydro range. For whatever reason, Riga's not using that. Oh, big resets there on the Gearing. I don't get why the Gearing didn't smoke. He could have smoked Captain Rudy. Rudy just sits right here with the secondaries going away. And there goes the Moskva. Elite.
They needed that to even out teams, but gives them some points.
I like Elite's positioning here. This is a really good spot. And
it's Elite, not Exile.
No, it's Elite is his name. Yeah, from Team FBL. It's fine. Hello, Admiral Borg. How are you? But yeah, it's a good spot. And now you've got the Gearing that's got the cap. So now what needs to happen is the Gearing needs to get the heck out of dodge and not die. Oh, and Ushakov gets another kill. Where is that one? I'm hearing the fireworks. I don't see... there they go. Yeah, all the way on the border.
The enemy is about to win.
So with that, Section 31 has found a way back in to this game. Oh, look, the Mosfa completed the circle. Now it's going to be really hard, I think, for the Borg to come back.
What? I'm surprised nobody called this out. Why didn't you send a Mosfa around the backside and force the Riga forward?
I mean, at the point he turned away like that, yeah, absolutely could have come around there. Novosibirsk does go down. And I do like the Borg turning around to the back of C-Cap here. He's going to back cap. Satsuma looking for shots on this Annapolis. Annapolis is spotted. He's going to be forced to push forward. Iowa's about to go down, though. Hey, Hujam. So
Hey, they're getting smoked. About time.
yeah, and he's backing up too. I'm
Well,
surprised.
the Moskva was letting the Riga just poop on them.
Yeah, I don't understand. There goes the Annapolis. I don't understand why the Riga hasn't just radared so they can kill the gearing. And also don't understand why the Kiev just came out like that, but okie dokie. Borg's gonna go into the sea cap. It's gonna be super ship versus super ship over there. Ushakov versus Satsuma. Riga's realizing he's in trouble and backing off. See, if he had his radar on right now, he could kill the gearing.
I think ironically, if the Satsuma rams the Yushikov, that's good. Even though that puts you down a ship again.
Yeah. Or that could happen. Don't come out broadside in front of another battleship. Bad idea. Bad idea. Kapow indeed. Well, Ushakov takes a few torpedoes from the Alvaro de Bazan, but that's about it. Alvaro is detected. He's opening up on the Moskva. Let's see what this battle does here. Riga pulls forward, misses the citadels. Ironically enough, is going to take a torpedo. He's got hydro available. Ah, there he goes. That's the old COTS method. Turn it on after the torpedoes. I'm glad you're awake, Duckman. Uh-oh, Ushakov. Oh, more fireworks. 37 seconds to go for Section 31 to win. This easily could have been a Borg victory, though. That's right. Ooh and ah. Well, Schlieffen played around in the Thunderdome. Alvaro's got to yeet out this gearing now. He does. Time extension.
Why are they trying to, well, I mean, yes, I want Team Bravo to win, but we almost have a solo warrior here.
We almost have a solo warrior.
Just gotta kill a Moskva. You know, that should be really easy.
He's got a smoke. Moskva's radar is being used.
That Moskva flinging AP at him.
Yep. Yep. I know. You think I'll go back to sleep? Cats complain when you move? Fair.
For cats, when don't they complain?
So now he opens up. Maybe he realized the Moskva was shooting AP.
I wonder
Here
if the
comes the Schlieffen.
Moskvas realized he's been shooting AP. The Yushikov has HE loaded.
11 hit points left, and that's it. We have a fireworks show for the end of our battle. That looks so cool in the death picks, I gotta say. That looks really cool. As Borg, you have to pick a ship as queen. Oh, you lose the queen, you auto-lose. I didn't realize that, Link. Thank you. Good to know.
What?
As Borg, you have to pick a ship as the queen. If you lose the queen, you lose the game.
Who is the queen?
I don't know. I would assume they would have to tell whoever's running the show, you know, whatever admin, who the queen was. Moskva can't aim... Well, no, Moskva can't use the right shells. It should have been HE shells fired, but he was using AP for whatever reason. We like to call that skill shells when people are using the wrong shell. Chat, we're going to do a 3-minute commercial break and get things set aside here. I need to fix something on my screen, so I'm going to do that while this is happening. How can I fix this? I forgot about this wonderful little issue there. Nope, that's the wrong way. Transform.
Gosh.
I need to flip this. Flip. Vertically? Horizontally? Flip. Vertically. Nope, I did it wrong. When you have a 50-50 choice, you always pick wrong. Alright, we need to flip it. Horizontal. There we go. It's an issue that I noticed before. It has the red side of the thing as on the wrong side of the map. Green should be left and red should be right. So that's just a thing. All right, let's get back. And Puddin', our next one is going to be
Tash
in
and
4 minutes. Yeah.
Unicorn.
Yep.
I'm just calling them Unicorn. I'm sorry, guys.
I thought it was Unconcerned, but Unicorn sounds better. Did I lose my game? I think my game just crashed. Yep, my game crashed. Poise sanitary napkin commercial. What timing during this update? Using Ming C tokens. Okay, there you go. Excuse me. Yeah, see, this one has got it mixed up too. I need to fix that.
I don't know why they keep taking Satsuma.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know why they keep taking a Satsuma.
I don't know. So far, it hasn't really done much today, has it?
It's blown up pretty good.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, that's not what you want to have to happen to it.
No. This is Tash, so it's probably the Bismarck as the leader again. Tash versus the Vulcans. Tash. Klingon? No, Tash is Starfleet now.
Well, Unicorn's still in battle, looks like, with Exile.
Okay. That's fine. Starfleet and the Vulcans. We've already seen both of their lineups, but I'll put the Vulcan one up while I get into the training room. Commercials are over. Perfect. Thank you, Wolfie. It's always difficult when I'm doing a tournament to manage commercial breaks. It's a little bit easier right now with it being, no delay, but it's still a little bit of a challenge. So thank you guys for your patience. I really don't like it when people get stuck watching commercial breaks during an actual battle. It can happen, though, from time to time. I've screwed that up. Raptor screwed it up. It just happens. So, yeah. But we are on the home stretch. We have 3 more to do after this one. So we've got SFSO as the Romulans. Might as well write these down. Versus the Borg. Ooh, Romulans versus the Borg. And then after that, we have Tash playing Starfleet again. Starfleet versus Section 31. This is FBL. And then we will finish with SFSO, the Romulans, versus Unicorn again. And this will be the Vulcans. That'll be pretty interesting to see because the Vulcans have something special when they fight against Romulans. They get access to other potential ships, like whatever. So that would be cool. Okay, so Exile is still finishing their game. So because that battle is going on up here versus SDW, we have to wait just a few minutes for... Wait, That shouldn't matter, right? Or should it? Actually, yeah, on Unicorn right there. They're still playing that game. So once they're done with that one, they'll come over to ours. We are 1 minute behind right now. Too bad they couldn't collaborate with Star Trek Online to have a tournament on the planet Risa map. Yes, there you go. That could work. That could work indeedy. Yes. Let's see something here. All right. So, while we have a moment, just want to say thank you to the people who have supported me on Stream Raiders already. That's Sith Kitten, Burnt Tuna Wad, Mike Fett, Classic Lib, Wildcard 9, Richter Scale, Fair Dinkum, B Scoops, Harley Quinn, and Metal Sporks. These are all people who have helped me, helped support me to, where I'm at right now with revenue. So I'm 15 away from being able to get a payout over on Stream Raiders. So again, if anybody's willing to help, that's essentially 5 more people that I would need to help just buying a skin on Stream Raiders, and that would actually be a real huge support for me. Let me get the battle started on Stream Raiders because I see unicorns coming in. So I might as well get this battle going. We have 390 units versus their 313. I think we're going to win this one. Well played indeed, Wolfie. Well played. Yeah, it's I've been supporting Stream Raiders for like 6 years or something like that. This is the only opportunity for me to actually make any sort of money from doing that work with them. So, like I said, if anybody is willing to support, it's like $6. And the nice thing is the revenue share is 70% to me as opposed to 50-50. So that would really help if anybody's willing to assist. Both teams are readying up. They flipped sides. Okay. So I'm going to have to adjust my thingamabobber, which is fine. I wouldn't be surprised if the Riga was the Borg queen in that game. With the way that they were playing, kind of makes sense, I suppose. The Riga was playing a little bit more cautiously. Oh, and if you are looking to help out, there's the link right there, streamraiders.com/t/Lord Zath, or you can just go to streamraiders.com, search me, and then you just pick up a skin pack or whatever. Like I said, it would really help. It would make a difference. It really would. I just don't like leaving money on a table anywhere. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a tip or something.
But that's different.
Right, exactly. That is different.
Right. But it just goes back to my theory with Twitch with their, we want you to run these ad breaks, and well, if you don't do it, thank you for the money. We clearly don't have enough.
Right. Right. So we're just waiting on one person to finish writing up for Unicorn, and I think we'll be good to go.
Maybe they're waiting for the Borg Queen.
So Unicorn is not the Borg, right? Unicorn is... Hold on. It's Vulcans this time around. Flipped sides like Princess Bride. Lol. I think I've watched that movie once or twice. Long time ago. Queen's putting on makeup. Lol. Okay, we're about to start.
It's a good movie, but it's one of those, man, there is nothing on but this movie. I can watch this movie.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go with the battle.
Nice.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the Vulcans versus Starfleet. Vulcans in green because of their blood, I suppose. Running a Kiev, another Kiev, a Delny. This is our first time seeing a Delny this game with looks like Opizov. Napoli with Sansonetti, a Riga, another Riga, and Satsuma. Another Satsuma pudding. Only a couple flags, though. Hello, Blue. How are you? On Voik, hi. Blue taking the break, and go ahead. That's right. Your lineup pudding, sorry.
We have a kid. He just doesn't know if he wants a chain smoke or not. Lightning. We have a Golden Lou, aka the Golden Shower. Oh, look, it's Ledgemod. I'm shocked. We have an encounter. Well, that's the first time I think we've seen that.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
A Wooster. I have a funny feeling he's going to be with the kid. A Patre, and hey, we won the game. Enterprise.
Taking a break as you need to cook. Sounds good.
What's he taking a break from?
The tournament? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of late over in Europe now. It's 7 hours ahead, so it's 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Relax after GK rounds, right?
That means I can go back and play on the EU because all the good players are going to bed.
That's right.
I hope everybody is sitting down for this because we are about to see something we've never seen in any clan battle or cons. But the smoke death snail is going to the 910 line. Oh my god, looks like the Golden Lou is going to the Moskva spot. Or that, but I just refer to it as.
You get that early spotting, so Enterprises, they know that the destroyers are not going to A now.
I'm a little disappointed in the encounter not immediately popping sub-surveillance to make sure there's no subs in the game.
Howden Lu drops, Dutch Oven misses the Napoli. And I heard the Satsuma, but will the enemy team hear the Satsuma?
No.
Yeah. Patrice like, whatever. Yes, very good reconnaissance by the Enterprise. It does tell them what's going on with the enemy team. And I don't know if you're a kid, or sorry, Kiev or a Downey. Do you really want to charge into a Worcester that's sitting in American smoke? That just feels rough.
You want to do it as long as you're screaming no balls, then it's okay. But if you're not...
Forgot about that. Lots of torpedoes, though, coming into that smoke screen.
It looks like he should be able to avoid them while maintaining his presence in the smoke.
How was the kid detected?
Radar from the Rico. He might have shot, which is why he's still spotted.
Oh yeah, I see it now. That's alright, he's got a heal, right? It'll buff out.
He's also got a fire for the hot dogs and hamburgers.
Ah, good. Good. Is he running the fire reduction flag? I don't think he is. This is why you run the fire reduction flag. For when your DCP is down and you're burning. You're no longer burning as quick. Well, that Worcester hasn't really been able to make much happen, despite having these 3 destroyers to shoot at. It's interesting. What happened
Honestly,
over here?
I think he did the wrong thing. He tried to shoot them when they all had their speed boost on, and with the shells being a little floaty, not the easiest thing. Just farm out the Riga.
Agreed. And that looks like what TASH has decided to do. Meanwhile, the Enterprise looking for the near-dead Napoli. I like how the Napoli player goes ahead and makes Inky. Although, I'd like to see him moving around in his smoke more. Try to get another puff of smoke going someplace so that it's not just one little circle that everybody can shoot at.
Well, more importantly, not one little circle the Golden Moon has to guess at.
Exactly, right, because he just gets to call forth balance from the heavens. Hallelujah. Ah, they've switched their focus to the Riga with the bombers. Houdenloo Dutch ovening the Riga as well.
I mean, that's the best use of a Golden Moon. Let's just make the guy who's sitting still miserable.
Mm-hmm. Satsuma continuing to speak, but nobody's listening.
Well, I think the kid's gonna go down here with the Riga radar up.
Yeah, he loitered around way too long. Yep, paid the ultimate price for staying too close. That's gonna open up this entire flank. Worcester's gonna go down pretty quick here. Napoli is getting out.
Oof.
Ooh. Satsuma finally lands a huge hit.
Well, it only took 8 games. Yeah, I think if they would have focused this Riga earlier, the kid potentially could be alive.
Mm-hmm.
And the booster might not be going, oh my god, I took an arrow to the knee, now I'm going to take one to the face.
Odd to see him try to go dark there, but okay. Meanwhile, Napoli's still alive. TASH needs this kill to get back into the game. They're down 2 ships right now. Petrie trying to get his shells into the action. Bismarck shooting at Harold's Riga. A little bit of chip damage. But you can see the encounter doesn't really want to go and encounter the Riga. Kind of needs to, though. I mean, at this point, everyone's got to make themselves heard.
Except for the Satsuma. We don't need to hear from him anymore.
Start off continuing to try to kill this Riga. You might want to start moving his Enterprise.
I think the 2 big missed opportunities was this Riga and Napoli.
Yeah. Yep, neither of them have been killed. I mean, for that matter, you give up that side and kill this Riga at A and bust that thing open. Instead, you've got this encounter that's... Well, I don't know what he's trying to do.
Well, he encountered the island that has nothing on it.
Hmm. Well, that is true. Points are ticking for TASH. TASH does have 2 caps. That's about to change, though, as 1,777 is just going to walk right into C. Riga continues... Go ahead.
They were still down points, and like being down 2 ships just means, okay, we can kind of take this at our leisure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, as long as you don't completely ignore it.
And the big thing, too, is because they're down... I almost consider it you're down 3 ships, because the carrier can't really do much cap contesting or whatnot, right? So they lose so much board control as well. Green Keef's about to cause mischief. There goes a Houdenloo. Encounter makes Inky. Lightning makes Inky. See, here's where you could use the carrier, keep the Riga spotted while the encounter comes out and shoots with his smoke, and he's crawling, and, you know, we know the radar's down. Lightning comes in and helps out too. Smoke's up, blah, blah, blah. And carrier just keeps him spotted. AP?
Well, I mean, even better yet, why not go in for the attack? Like, he's been, like, everybody's flinging AG at him. Like, clearly the sooner he dies, the better off you're going to be.
Riga radar is up. That might spell the end for King Cool Cat's encounter. No, they switched to the lightning. Wow. Yes, exactly. Crossfires adding up. Unfortunately, the spotting, TASH wasn't able to do enough with the spotting, but that'll do it pretty much for this game. It will be a win for the Vulcans.
And the curse of Team Bravo takes its course.
That's right, the curse of Team Bravo. Now, Cool Cat does have a heal going. So there's that. "45 seconds. Will we get a death pick?"
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Cool Cat, King Cool Cat is detected again. Luck chucking the torpedoes. Here comes the Satsuma for the kill of the game. Won't need 5 minutes, indeedy. And that's all she wrote.
On a positive note, it's nice to see the Satsuma actually do something.
Right, right. Also, an official Wargaming blowout pudding.
We can't talk about that.
Can't talk about
Boxy
that.
hears enough about things for me, right? Islands in my way. I'm only limited to 15 reports.
Gotcha. We might need to move quickly here to find our next game, because it's supposed to start at 20. And it's 13. Okay, so we have 7 minutes. And that's going to be SFSO versus SDW. The Romulans versus the Borg. What's up, Iron Meals? How you doing? That was a fun game to watch. I do feel like, oh, Cat's on board. It's a name I remember from a long time ago. But yeah, it was an interesting battle. Tired trying to get a few games? Good. Go for it.
The one thing I'll take away from that is it clearly shows that just because you have the CV does not mean you're going to win.
That's right. I think this might be the first time we've seen Starfleet lose. Although we know that they've lost before.
Spies.
That's right. So, SFSO is the Romulans. Let's pull up the Romulan lineups here.
I believe the room is open.
Yep, I'm already in there. Whoa, the Romulans can take a sub. Green, yeah.
This is what I want to see. Like, I would like it if it was one of these. They have to take the sub, right? Like, Starfleet has to take the Enterprise. I understand why it's the Enterprise, right? You know, all of that. But I think it would have been more balanced a little bit if it was one of the support CVs, because you can't just poop out a fighter and keep everything spotted.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's true.
I mean, it's the, like, for all intents and purposes, it's just the Enterprise's tournament. Like, yes, okay, I can see the Enterprise is the carrier, but I mean, like I said, just for, you know, testing things out, why not try out whatever tier 8 support CV? Just you solely just get away from that stupid fighter spotting, which you've seen them use.
Yeah. Change out the Enterprise for a Yorktown. Sure. Player talent matters, of course, always. Wolfie, I mean, you and I have been involved in that discussion on the DevStrike forum, right? It's about the player. It really is. So, yeah, that's a good discussion, and I hope I don't like piss off the guy or something. But in chat you can weigh in on this. Actually, why don't we do this? I need to run a commercial break in a minute. Admiral Morkbork, let me get you a shout out. And we got a few minutes before we got 4 minutes before our scheduled start time. So I'm going to run a 3-minute commercial break. While I'm doing that, chat, I want you guys to tell me, as we have a giveaway going. What? No? Do we? Yes, we have a giveaway going for a CC container, by the way. Make sure you're a follower on Twitch and you're active. Say something in chat. First time. Awesome, Hetzer. Welcome on in. Make sure you click that follow button if you haven't followed yet. We have a giveaway going. You have to be a follower and active in chat. This is a World of Warships CC code. Don't you worry about upsetting people. I'll worry about that, Dusty, because I don't do things on purpose to, upset people. Anyway, this is over only on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, Rumble, or Kick, sorry, get over to Twitch. You got 5 minutes to do that, okay? In the meantime, I'm going to run a commercial break. What I want to hear from you guys all in chat, do you consider World of Warships to be pay to win? Is World of Warships pay to win? 3-minute commercial break starts now. Feel free to share your answer to that question. And Red Triple O, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate that. You've not just boarded the good ship, Lord Zath. You're painting the high seas of support red with your generosity. Your sub is the win in our sales, propelling us to epic replays and after-party shenanigans. Hell yeah. Thank you very much. Make sure you guys do the follow, though. If you haven't followed, good opportunity to do that. Less pay to win, more pay to advance. See, that's what I said, too. Wolfie doesn't believe that, right?
See, I ironically, I think I have a little bit of a stronger viewpoint from this due to my NA accounts got yes, right? A lot of stuff paid for.
Hi, Jason.
My EU has it's all free, no money spent.
Yeah.
And my EU stats are a little bit better, right? I have done some random battles, even with the stock ships, right?
Yeah.
Granted, it's Omaha, Pensacola, right? You could say I'm picking on, like I'm seal clubbing, right? But it really does come down to your skill. Like I've run into hurricane level players, or at least that's what their clan tags were on the EU, and like it literally came down to if I could kill him, we would win, or if he killed me, they would win. So it is 90%, player skill than like pay to win.
That's right. That's how I feel too.
There are some ships that are just inherently broken 4501 that you have to pay for. But if you don't know how to play it, what good are you? And like the prime example of that is Stalingrad. The only people who had the Stalingrad when it originally came out was literally everybody who back in the day got the Typhoon 1 because it was no hurricane.
3 seasons in a row.
Yeah, literally you're 1% players. So the stats for that thing are skewed if you look at it now, because everybody can get it because, you've just been playing long enough.
Well, and you're just talking about the 4501. That's coal. Anybody can get it. You just save up enough coal. And you can't even pay to win coal. So, I mean, maybe you can in some containers with your doubloon bundles, but other than that, I don't know. Hey, Terrace Mark.
Well, I
Jason
say
Kane?
if you
Go ahead.
are having a mental breakdown and convert your steel to coal, because there was that steel mission, which, I'm glad they didn't bring back, but there's steel in the battle pass, right? And there's more of it in the pay section.
In the event pass, yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
And there's even steel in the Star Trek event. So I need to take a moment and say thanks to Jason Kane 2020 for subbing for 2 months in a row. Happy Saturday to you, Jason. We are doing a tournament right now, so I apologize. The stuff's not popping off like it normally does. But Jason's ship has sailed into another month of support just in time for the weekend voyage with Lord Zath and crew. Happy Saturday indeed as we navigate the high seas, World of Warships together. Your dedication keeps our sails full and our cannons loaded. Zoltan, you say it is, huh? Okay. Terrace Mark 1. Congratulations, Terrace Mark. Make sure you tell us what's in your CC container, huh? Hey, Cravalanche. This is the War of Factions tournament, right? WAF? Yeah, there it is. So this is a tournament put together. It's a good point. Might as well remind everybody about this. This is a tournament that's put together by the same people that do the Enterprise tournaments. So you may recall Put and ICAST, the Enterprise G tournament, and the Enterprise H tournament. We jokingly call them the Read the Rules tournament. That's a tournament where you start with teams of 3, and then form teams of 6, and then form teams of 9, and then form teams of 12, or actually, no, form teams of 9 out of the 12 players, or something like that. Hey, you're welcome, Terrace Mark. Thanks for being here, dude. So, they've put together another tournament idea, which is the idea of factions. And these factions are all Star Trek based. So if you look at, let me adjust my hat for a sec. If you guys look at the doc here, the names, if you can understand German or kind of get an idea about it, you've got like the Borg fleet, you've got Starfleet, the Vulcans, Romulans, and they've got Section 31, Klingons, the Freeborg and Fenris Rangers, Species 8472. So they got these different factions, and they have different rules for how they can play those factions, which is kind of cool. So, for example, Romulans have an I-56. Now, if they are playing on their home map, I saw a link earlier said if they're playing on their home map, they actually can take 2 subs out. So, kind of neat stuff, you know? All these different things. Yeah, it's a cool cross-pollination of product and all that. It's a lot of fun. And I love that there are players that are looking to create new tournaments for this game. COTS is not the only tournament in this game. And frankly, for most viewers and most players, COTS really doesn't apply. Let me say this. For most players, COTS really doesn't apply to them because you ain't going to win, okay? Like, you might get far. Like, what was it? Oh boy, last time, 8th seeded in the international COTS, and didn't they win? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I thought
But
Rain was.
that was what. That's right. They didn't win. They came in. They kept on knocking out first place teams, which was pretty hilarious. But they're a group that never played in regional COTS, and they got in because of their positioning in clan battles, and they made it all the way to the finals internationally. So that was cool. It was Rain versus Oh Boy. So the number 2 seeded team versus the number 8 seeded team, which is wild. But you know, aside from that, most players who play COTS on a team aren't gonna, they're not gonna make it to the end, and that's just, how the tournament works. You get more teams, you filter down to the top 2, top 4, top 10, whatever. So getting more tournaments out there for players is a huge win for wargaming and a huge win for the players. It's not balanced, but it's fun. Right. And I think sometimes balance does not mean fun. And I think that's the problem that a lot of players run into is they expect a game that's fully balanced, but the fun comes in the imbalance, right? Being able to do something you should not have done. For example, hello, Eboa. For those of you guys who play first-person shooters, Major Power was in here before. I don't know if he's still around, and he played Call of Duty a lot. And, when you look at Call of Duty, there's a lot of things that are unbalanced, or Battlefield, same thing, right? With the guns and all that kind of stuff. Some guns have better time to kill, some, are more accurate, blah, blah, blah. And what you get from that difference of all that is a disparity in build and in how you play the guns and the weapons, the soldiers, the players, whatever. And it becomes fun that way. So that's right. The goal is to have fun. Exactly.
I'm going to throw the counter argument to you from what I've heard from people. Like, I get it. You're probably not going to get to the finals. But why are you facing seeded teams just to even get in?
Yeah.
Right? Like, the problem is it really is too unbalanced.
Right. Right.
Right?
That part I agree with.
And what that does is it discourages people from even trying or wanting to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like the NA had a hard time filling teams because, quite frankly, nobody wanted to face KFC. Nobody wanted to go up against Bonks. Nobody wanted to play epoxy and resin just to even get a chance to get into the tournament. They're
Well,
like,
and
why are
then
we facing these teams? We're not going to beat them because we literally face them in climb battles and they kick our ass.
yeah. Well, there were a bunch of people that said like they just signed up for the participation award. That's it. Big Terp, do something can't be done like Sea Raptor sinking 2 ships with the Tiger 59 the other night. I saw him playing ranked with the 59. I couldn't believe he was doing it, but you know, you can make 59 work. It's a lot of effort for that
A
boat,
lot of
you know?
work.
Yeah. It can low key crush in ranked. It can also big key or high key get crushed in ranked. Looks like teams are ready to go, guys. So once again, we're bringing you all SFSO on the left side. Good, I have it set right. And they are, where is it? They're the Romulans, and they're placing off against the Borg. So here's our Romulans, and here's our Borg. Remember, the Borg have to pick a specific ship to be their queen. And we don't know what that ship is.
Thank God they didn't bring a Satsuma.
If the queen dies, then the Borg lose. Very interesting idea. So SFSO again, Romulans bringing Jutland, Xin Yang. Is that a radar? Yes, it is. Auckland. Chewy Bro Pro was in chat before, earlier. Svea. Venezia. Cristoforo Colombo, with unique upgrade, of course, and a St. Vincent. What are the Borg bringing, Puddin?
Borg are bringing a Henseng Yang, a Kjov,
Stations.
a Talon. That's kind of an interesting choice there. A Cherbourg, a Moskva, a Kremlin, and thank God I'm not a Satsuma main.
Right? I wonder if the decision to bring a shared Borg is because it's got Borg in the name.
That would fit with any tournament we've ever run. Somebody bringing something Mimi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plus,
Sorry, go ahead.
You know what I would do? Like just double up on the meme. I'd make the Henseng Yang the queen.
You can do that. This CNing is running smoke instead of radar. Relatively low captain build. Remember, these are not press accounts. So players are playing with their actual commanders and those builds for those ships. Which is why you've got a main with focus fire training, for example, and the other anti-air. Wow. He really hates carriers, huh?
Could be, yeah, because he went with that one. Unless that third one does, what do you call it? ASW planes too.
Right. Carriers and subs.
I mean, I still would go with basics. Just lower my chances of some rapid fire guy putting me on fire, which he's just going to do anyways.
Yeah. I mean, once upon a time, we didn't have press accounts in tournaments. I remember doing Supremacy League, and yeah, that was my ship. That was my build and everything.
Hey, you remember when you didn't have to grind like over 100 games in like 2 days? You just downloaded a mod?
You
to
literally
get into the training room?
You literally downloaded a mod and changed a piece of code to enter the training room. You didn't even download the mod, if I remember right. It was just, I mean, there was a mod like that enabled training room, but you could just go in there.
If you didn't feel comfortable messing with the text file, you just enable training room mod.
Yep. All right, getting Stream Raiders ready for those of you guys that do that.
Oof.
So, Xian Yang versus Xian Yang. One's got radar, the other one's got smoke. And the smoke one just got smoked. If that was the
Well,
Borg Queen, eesh.
it's what you get for smoking and literally stopping instead of just smoke and run. Like, you have to assume the other guy's radar until proven otherwise.
True.
And he proved to Revenge, I'm not radar, so please make sure you can kill me.
Now, you are a big fan of Xian Yang with radar, even like randoms and stuff. I was not. I didn't really like playing with radar till maybe Chung Mu, but definitely Yu Yang.
I went with the team player option, and ironically, I did fairly well with it, but my bias, and it's a very clear bias, I played them before all those ships got nerfed. Right, so they were actually very effective radar ships, and I did the very rare thing. I told people, I have radar, I don't have smoke. And if none of the cruisers moved up, guess what? I'm not going to the cap. I'm sorry. Like,
That's right.
my defense literally is you guys, so you need to be up there with me.
I like the Talon. Just, he's... Yeah. Bye. Just wait for Mini Bjorn to finish reloading in his Columbo. Here it comes. Sap gels? Whoa. That looks
Apparently
painful.
Sap does something against very lightly armored ships.
Who would have known? So he can just walk right into the A-cap.
Yep, and here's the Talon stat because he's in secondary range.
Yeah. Well, he was trying to back up, and the island grabbed him, so he couldn't back up farther. His plan was to back up like this way. So slightly bad positioning there. So first blood going to the Vulcans of SFSO.
You know, here's the funny thing, because the Hinseng Yang is dead. Your two BBs don't want to push into the Deepwater Torps.
Yep, and that's actually, sorry, that's second blood. But yes, you're right. Yeah, and you can see too, SFSO is doing a nice job of staying right outside of that Moskva radar range. So you got the Auckland with the crawling smoke, the Venezia with his own smoke. I kind of wish that these two would have chained their smokes together. Probably would have been better. Yeah, it does seem like it's a more mobile and fluid style, yeah, versus the original thought behind it, which was that they play more tankier ships and stuff. I wonder if the Vulcans got changed much.
Yeah, I don't blame the two for not, like, smoke chaining each other. It's not an easy thing to do. It's
True.
Quite frankly, it's a real pain in the butt, especially after doing it in Tier 6 clan battles. Like, it's so... I'm sorry, it's just so boring. I mean,
It's
luckily they don't have
boring.
to do the, well, we have to shoot into their small cloud while they're shooting into ours, but it's not an easy feat to pull off.
True. Well, Cherbourg dies on the other side of the map, so now there's a 3-ship deficit for SDW, as Plasmatic does whiff that funny torp.
Well, more importantly, Prismatic's going in going, well, there's not going to be an official wargaming blowout.
That's right. He wants to make sure that there is going to be a death on his side, and that will be him. Oh, his funny torp does hit the butt of the main.
Yeah, but he just avoided all those other torps to main.
He did. One final defiant funny torp being sent out from Plasmatic St. Vincent will hit the Kremlin, forcing a DCP. Main will probably DCP soon too. There we go. Both battleships DCPing. for SDW. I'll bet the Queen is the Kremlin. Wouldn't you want to put your Queen on the the tankiest ship on the board?
I mean, it would be one of the two battleships because the main's got the F button. Which, quite frankly, I've never really felt it save me from fires.
Right. It's kind of a hard one to do, right? Isn't it like it decreases duration of the fire that's running or something?
It's with the damage. You take less damage from fire / floods, but
Got it.
I think what would be more helpful is your detectability doesn't change because that's usually the downside of the fire is bigger detectability. Right? The downside to the flood is, well, you don't move as fast.
Right.
Of course, that would probably, let's be realistic, it'd probably be a pain in the major butt to code into the game. But I feel like that would be way more helpful.
Well, SCW's 2 battleships now walking into the middle cap, the B cap. And Melon's Moskva is still just chilling in that same spot. Interesting.
It is a very strong spot for a Moskva, as long as you don't have 15 people shooting you.
Right.
I don't think he has much to worry from the Ackland. It's just the Ven would be his biggest threat.
Yes. Anyone AFK? No, nobody's AFK. We haven't seen that happen yet. You might have just jinxed us though, Wolfie. I do like Mad Dave you just trying to make something happen with the Kyiv here. Keep the Colombo off of the 2 battleships. Main's shooting
on the sieve.
Yep, and the Svea just gets whacked.
Oh.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
The Colombo turning and deciding not to go in is interesting. I thought he was going to go for it. But he decided to turn away. That's going to allow the Kremlin and Maine to push up and threaten the Svea right here.
I mean, they definitely have to take care of something over here because they're going to lose, see.
Shell's just missing. Oh, he backed out of his smoke too far. Colombo does get the kill on the Maine.
I think you're right. I think the Kremlin is the queen.
You know, you gotta wonder if the queen dies, do you just everybody back out then? New Jersey says she is not. Oh, really? New Jersey, how do we know who the queen is and stuff? Hey, Taro. Glad you're still here. Or welcome back. Need an ad for Naval Gunnery School. Well, this Svea popped up just after both battleships had shot at it. And if it was just a mere second earlier, would have been different. Borg, no, from the ref. Me. Oh, so you assigned the queen. Is that what happens?
Oof, key's gonna go out.
Okay. Yeah, it's really interesting to think about, right? I mean, does the ref even know what ship a player is going to be in when they assign the queen, for example? That could lead to a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, obviously, if the ref knows, then there's potential for arguments of favoritism, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't know what ship somebody's going to play, and you just say, okay, you're on this team, blah, 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 you're going to be the queen. Interesting. Oh, there goes the Moskva. Oh, it's randomized. Okay, that makes sense too. So now it's just a 71 hit point Kiev. Go forth, little one, and die. There you go. Killed
And he didn't get
by
that
a juggler.
secondary kill.
Hmm?
Poor Kiev didn't get his secondaries involved. I think that
was
was the
trying.
downfall.
He was trying, but hey, look, like you said, not an official wargaming blowout. Revenge and Plasmatic both going down. All right, let's get back to our tournament screen here.
So if
Mosfo is the
randomized,
queen. Oh, okay.
I think it'd be interesting if they let everybody know the queen is, because it's not like you didn't know where the queen was at in any of the Star Trek anything. You know, I think that would also be interesting.
Yeah, but then it becomes difficult because people can just hyper focus that one person down, right? I like the idea of it being randomized and nobody knows who that queen is. I think that's really fun. We're going back to TASH again, so we're looking for Bismarck, and that password being 123. So this is going to be Starfleet versus Section 31. This is going to be a fun matchup, just a name alone. And they flipped sides on us again. Okay, so I'll have to put that down here. So Section 31. Oh, wait, what am I thinking? FBL is Section 31. Okay, FBL. Where's TASH? There we go. Done. What are we doing on timing? 2:45, and we got 2 more to go. Okay. We might not do it. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to thank everybody in chat for not being the troll person trying to get into these matches, especially with Bismarck. I mean, let's be honest. Like, you just blurted. It's been blurted. Like, everybody here knows the password to the training room, and nobody's tried to get into it. Like, hats off to you guys for that. I really think that should be acknowledged. Only team at rough now. Yeah, but what would have happened if that Moscow did die early? Like you were saying.
I don't know. New Jersey, can you shed some light on that? If the queen dies, does everybody just stop playing?
Oh, they have to give up.
So, like, they all just stop, shoot, and then open the Borg sheet. It's in the Q column. Oh, okay. Auto lose condition.
We should call this tournament. We can't read the rules because we don't know German. The one thing I would say, possible feedback for that, like, I can see it, being randomized, but like, you're going to want to put like your DD players in your DD. It would be at least nice for, okay, the Borg Queen can't be like one of the DD players. Like, it's going to be limited to a cruiser or a battleship. I think that would be an interesting addition to the rules. Like, I granted, it really narrows down the randomization, but it's still randomized.
Too bad the Borg can't adapt to all that. So, they're Hector, right? I understand it's a full auto lose, but my question is from a tournament perspective, how does that exactly work? Like, Does everybody just quit immediately? Go. So if I'm casting, if I'm covering a game, right, and the Borg Queen dies, what do I see? Do I see all the players just stop their ship and shoot the water until they die? Okay, so they had to stop and shoot the water. Okay, so I see that and I say, okay, the Borg collective has gone offline, essentially, right? The ships have lost their way. They don't know what to do. The drones are being drones, and that's how we know they die. Cool. Okay, good.
I mean, I like that idea, but I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, it would really suck if, hey, my DD that has to smoke and spot is also the Borg Queen, which means you've got to protect her. It's like, this guy's already running a very dangerous situation. Like, it'd be nice to be like, okay, at least this can't be the Borg Queen. Like, we're going to have a chance with our such strategy.
Right.
You know, I mean, just like I still think I would like to see Section 31 literally just super ships and leave them down 2 players. Like, I think that would be really interesting.
I agree. Five super ships versus whatever. Makes sense. The 6 right now is okay, but I think it's gonna be harder to balance. You pulled this up to listen to while playing Star Trek Online against the Borg. That's hilarious. I used to love playing Star Trek Online. I did a lot of PvE stuff. A lot of PvE stuff. Because it's a fun game to do PvE with.
You know what?
Oh,
Like, you know, as much as we talk about it, like, at this point, COTS is just almost mind-numbingly boring to me because it's, oh, geez, who's going to win this season? Rain? Who's Rain going to have to fight? Like, Rain's got the title now. Right?
Chat, I'm gonna have to cut in real quick and run a commercial break because there's gonna be one possibly during this next battle. Okay, so stay tuned. We're still waiting on one player from FB. No, that's Section 31. We're waiting on one from Tosh. Tosh just left. You know what I'll do is I'll run a 2-minute just to be safe. Okay, just so you guys are all aware. Okay, sorry, Puddin'. I didn't want to cut you off, but at the same time,
No, you don't have to run the ads. I get it. That's more
yeah.
important. I'm like, for anybody that's here, I'm really excited to see this tournament in its entirety. What, you know, like what changes and all that stuff they're going to do to it. I guess we'll do another weather report while that stretches the good old legs. I look out the window to see if it's snowing again. It's not. It's cloudy and crappy outside.
Yeah, wasn't it supposed to start snowing this afternoon again?
All I know is it was a 50% chance of more snow today.
Yeah.
Like throughout the day.
Hmm.
Like, I think it's drizzling. There's like this snow seems to be melting, but it's like a little bit too wet for it just to be the snow melting.
Well, okay, so by me, it's 32. 70% chance of heavy snow. Look at the hourly.
It's supposed to be
Okay.
like evening, right?
Well, it's weird. Probably because it's all lake effect snow. No, it's not lake. It's not lake effect. I thought it would have been. Oh, I see the moisture down south coming this way. We might get some snow overnight. Well, whatever. Okay, sorry. Both teams are readied up. Commercials are over. Good. We timed it pretty well. We probably could have snuck the 3 minutes in there, but it's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. How, I haven't looked at my temperatures in a while. How are we doing? 72 up to 50 degrees Celsius on the core. 50. I'd say that's pretty good for a 3080 Ti. This thing is power hungry. All right.
You said 75 degrees, and I instantly thought, oh, great, we're going to have one nice warm day before we get to the single digits starting Monday.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's Chicago for you, right? You have like 3 winters. With like a spring or summer in there somewhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is going to be FBL playing a Section 31. They have 1 less player now. It used to be 2. And they have 3 super ships they can bring and 3 tier 10. So we've got our kind of COTS build gearing. Novosibirsk, Annapolis with no flags, Moskva, and Ushakov, and a Schlieffen. There's that Schlieffen we saw again. We talked about earlier with the rain.
We got shooting going on. I think something's being called, maybe?
Your laptop routinely reaches 160 Fahrenheit. We can talk about it during a break. Yeah, it looks like they're stopping.
Yeah.
So this is most likely going to be a draw. Yep. All right. So you know what happens whenever there's a draw? We have to do it. We have to do it. Close game. Could have gone.
Satsuma almost did
way.
something.
Anyway, let's go back to the out here. So, Wolfie, there's a program that I run. It's called the Draw. There's somebody who disconnected. So typically, when there's a disconnect, everybody just stops. And
I don't know. We picked up an extra spectator.
Then it goes to draw. We did pick up another spectator. That is true. Okay, well, we're getting back into the game now. So let's try this again. I need to make a note that this was there was a reset. Yes, exactly. It's just the typical procedure, and then it says it's a draw because the score was tied when everybody quit. So this is FBO playing a Section 31, allowed to now have 6 players instead of the original 5. That would be 3 tier 11 or super ships and 3 tier 10s on their team. So they've brought a gearing, typical COTS build, Novosibirsk, an Annapolis with no flags, a Moskva with reload, an Ushakov, and there's that Schlieffen we saw before with range and a bit of an odd build, I guess you could say. What's TASH bringing, Puddin?
They are bringing a single kid. They have a Moskva, Seattle, an Auckland, another Moskva, my favorite battleship of all time, the Satsuma, and the Enterprise.
Yep. TASH is playing as Starfleet. Starfleet must bring in Enterprise. So Section 31 versus Starfleet. Kind of funny name. It is very interesting rosters, yeah. I still don't get the Satsuma pick, but whatever.
Maybe it's got to be something with the points or something.
Yeah, that's true. If there's a point system involved in this, within the pool of ships, that could be part of it. Well, broadside Moskva and a Satsuma just opened fire. So, whoa, Rod and Bones got off very, very lucky. Look at this anti-air just eating up the planes. Enterprise tried to recall those planes and none of them made it out. Ouch. Well, yeah, Sats is a big target, absolutely.
You know what's
Start off.
interesting or food for thought?
Hmm.
Like, if you know you're facing Starfleet, do you take defensive AA?
I mean, why not? Why not take ships that have strong anti-air? You know, that's where the Annapolis really shines, of course.
No, I mean the consumable
I
defensive
know.
AA.
I know, instead of Hydro, right. I mean, you could. Section 31 specifically, this is a bit of a tougher game because usually with carriers, you want to ball up and, you know, have interlocking like anti-air fire. But with only 6 players on the board, it's really hard to do that.
I mean, then again, all their ships they've brought have
Hey,
fairly strong AA for a tier 8 carrier to do something against them.
yep. So Rod and Bones almost looked like he was listening to you. He did take defensive anti-air fire instead of Hydro. So there you go. But yeah, and that opens up more possibilities, right?
Well, I mean, like what what you would clearly do is the defensive AA guy is paired up with the Hydro guy,
Mm-hmm.
and you just park the Yushkov in the middle of the map. So it's like, hey guys, shoot me.
Yep. Well, despite being down a ship, Section 31 is able to grab the A cap. They're talking before about, you know, having the carrier does kind of take a hull, at least, off of the board, right? Because you're not going to go cap with an Enterprise or carrier, usually. So it's almost like a 6-on-6 when it comes to board positioning. Carrier needs to step up this game. Yep. I agree. What the carrier needs to do, honestly, is just focus the Ushakov down. Because it's obvious that the Ushakov is operating alone. And the sooner they get him down, the better.
Because, I mean, like, what do you want to do? Go to the sleeping that's parked next to an Annapolis?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Moskva's already shown you we've got defensive AA, so, you know, Nova's off the board.
Mm-hmm. Jason Kane, ads are not my favorite. Well, congratulations, because you subbed earlier today. You should not be seeing ads, and thank you again for that.
I mean, the other thing is you would have to assume the gearing would be by the Annapolis to smoke it up, so...
Yeah. Right.
Like you would know where the DD's at. So, I mean, like, you have to go after the lone target.
Absolutely. Get the piece off the board. And that also allows for a lot more flexibility, too. Why is the... Oh, radar. Yeah, no, that was a really good torp drop. I mean... Kind of hard to miss on an Ushakov, but still, that was a good torp drop. Who's their Sleafin shooting at? Oh, the kid. Why is the kid this far forward? This feels like a big mistake. Big mistake.
Why is he still spotted? Or does the Nova have radar going?
No. No, but in 30 seconds he will. I'm not sure what the Enterprise is trying. Is he... He's gonna fly over the gearing. That makes no sense to me. Power of friendship. He's dropping AP bombs on the gearing? No?
You think he's trying to keep the gearing spotted?
Well, that's why he dropped his planes, and the gearing's anti-air is off. So, ironically enough, those planes aren't getting shot down.
They need to kill this gearing to trade out for this kid.
Mm-hmm. Kid is gonna back into the torps. Rip their Hector. Like you said, can they get the trade? Enterprise has changed to torpedoes. That makes sense. You can actually try to do something against the kid, or against the gearing now. There it is with the planes again, right after the drop.
I mean, the other thing is, like, the gearing's so low, the AP bombs could have killed him.
Right. I agree. If you're gonna try to keep the destroyer spotted for your team, you might as well drop AP bombs on them while it's at it. It cycles the planes back, and you're still you're still keeping things spotted. So. Gearing did indeed wiggle. He did a nice job of trying to avoid dying. It did still happen, though. And Auckland now, Real Cool Cat or whatever, is caught out. We didn't catch the Enterprise positioning either. He moving more aggressively.
I mean, I don't disagree with that because it's a Nova Moskva compared to like you want to deal Schlieffen, Yushkov, and Annapolis. Like, pick your poison.
Right. Hello, Gary. How you doing? I still don't get, like, okay, so have they given up on the Ushakov? It looks like they have. It looks like they're instead going for the Schlieffen.
Did the Satsuma actually touch the Schlieffen?
That was absolutely the Satsuma, yes.
I think this is a smart change. You know, get rid of Schlieffen, keep your Moskva alive. You know, Moskva actually has a chance to 1v1 in Annapolis.
Yep. Bad shot there. He's aiming for center mass, and so some of those AP shells are actually missing. They're bouncing. He should be aiming for the rear. There we go. Well, Annapolis is going to dump on him with the funny button and then get behind cover. That's what Annapolis does do. All this has been going on. We haven't looked at the Satsuma, quite low on HP, as well as the Enterprise now. Why is he turning out in front of a Novosibirsk?
The enemy is about to win.
Reasons?
Reasons. He probably would have been far better suited just to reverse or hold his position.
I feel like they're doing this to taunt me.
Maybe. Well, you got the Seattle that's moving up to try to save his buddy. Moskva's in the Moskva's face.
I mean, I would ignore Seattle and keep shooting the Enterprise.
I would keep shooting the Enterprise and line up for a ram, right? Like,
Yeah.
Seattle with the AP? Seattle with the AP, not ready? You gotta have your turrets turned ahead of time. You gotta have your turrets ready to go for these drops. Ushakov finally goes down.
More importantly, the Seattle should have just taken. He didn't set up for the ram.
I know. He didn't want the ram, and he should have just taken it. Like, same thing over here. Neither Moskva taking the ram. If you're going to put it down to a game of like that, then you absolutely have to be set and ready to go as the Enterprise gets taken down. Like that shot right there from Funfeister. No. You wait until now you shoot. But he shot right at the butt. He got lucky that this Moskva here wasn't ready to shoot back at him. Alright, well, Start Off gets a revenge kill, and just like that, Starfleet will most likely defeat Section 31.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
I don't know. Like, this Annapolis can, like, yeet everybody.
Hey, man, that's his rock. You will hold this rock.
There's a rule in play that the Annapolis is the president of Starfleet, and if he dies...
Wolfie, if you're talking about that Moskva back and forth, yes, I want to say lucky just because I really didn't like the idea of trying to shoot at the Moskva on its rear. Instead, you hold your shot and you get ready for that. Ooh, Sats finishes the deal before I was ready. There you go, Puddin'. Satsuma doing another kill.
And it was for Team Bravo. All right, we can call it the tournament now. We have another Team Bravo win.
We have a confirmed win by Team Bravo. Congratulations, Tosh.
Oof. We're up to 2 wins. Man, I can pick the teams.
You can pick the teams, Puddin', yes.
So everybody knows the only reason the Eagles won the Super Bowl is because I picked the Chiefs.
Aha. It's all your fault.
Yes.
Well,
I also hate the Chiefs.
That leaves us to our final game for the day. That's going to be SFSO and the Romulans versus UNCRN as the Vulcans. Now, remember, the Vulcans get a little special buff here. when facing them off. And we've got 4 minutes until our scheduled start. I'm going to run a commercial break right now while we get set up, y'all. So just stay tuned. And let's find... Here we
The
go.
room is up.
Plasmatic, yep, I see it. Yep. Okay. The last game was restarted because it was the wrong mode. Makes sense. Ads playing, perfect. Okay. So SFSO wants the left. Okay, good. So it's the right side. Oh, look at that. Captain Marv with a Hashidate, everyone. Tier 1 Hashidate. I need to make a mark. This will restart here.
Well, I mean, it seems like they've definitely I don't want to say fix, but address the issue that was Section 31.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, me personally, it would just be interesting to see. Like, I mean, I know we have tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like, I think the fog of war thing is going to be super interesting.
So let's talk about that here. I was just making a couple notes on my list for today. So tomorrow, it's all fog of war, baby. Nobody knows which faction they're up against. I would assume they know the faction that they're playing as, but you know. So not only is that going to be interesting, I think it's also going to be tough for us, the viewers, right? To be able to like, oh, that's, you know, like Starfleet will be easy to tell, right? Because I always have the Enterprise. Although there's a couple other ones that could take Enterprise too.
You know, my only question for the fog of war is like, okay, say, like, you know, we're doing, you know, Unicorn and Exile, and let's say Exile is Starfleet and Unicorn is Borg.
Mm-hmm.
Do they keep that through the whole rest of the thing? Because then it's like, okay, everybody knows what everybody is after literally the first round.
I don't know. That's a good question. If New Jersey is here, maybe he can answer that question. But might be in the commercial break right now, so we have to wait just a moment. What time is it? 3. Okay.
Because like, if they constantly change, it kind of sucks for all teams because you got to make sure you've got how many different ships set up too.
Mm-hmm. Ads are over for you. Perfect, Wolfie. All right, New Jersey PR, if you are here, question for you, sir. And that question, New Jersey, is, do you have the same faction assigned to you throughout the day? So is Unicorn always going to be whatever? And over time, teams kind of can figure out what faction is what. Or is it like randomized every matchup is fog of war? Because you are right putting it. It will cause a little bit of more back and forth. And especially when you're building a team, for example, to face off against Starfleet with like stronger anti-air, for example, you might run into the problem of, oh, I brought the Starfleet setup, the anti-Starfleet setup versus the, you know, everybody else setup, you know. So that's an interesting question.
I mean, I believe the concept for the fog of war is you need to play into your faction's strength.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which will definitely be a clear indicator of, like you say, you know, if you're doing a rock, paper, scissors, what is clearly so brokenly strong against somebody else.
Right.
And instead of it be like, okay, this is your strength, but it's not so overwhelming that you just don't walk through the tournament.
Little prior planning does solve contingencies. That's true, but you can still overplan or run into problems where it kind of messes everything up. Anyways, we have a game, so we should probably go and... Oh, they switched sides on me. Okay. while we were talking about this, they flipped. No problemo. All right, let's get into the game. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is our final scheduled match for the day. This is UNCRN, who are the Vulcans, playing against SFSO, who are the Romulans. And the Vulcans get some extra special zhuzh when they go up against the Romulans. So you can see that they have an Enterprise, for example, as their carrier. They have Satsuma, Napoli, Petropavlovsk, full COTS build Petropavlovsk. That feels bad. Well, not full COTS build, COTS ready, but you know, forgot the captain skills. Riga, another Riga, and then a lone destroyer, the Kiev, for the Vulcans. What's the Romulans bringing? SFSO putting.
They are bringing a radar Hensing Yang, a Jutland, a Siva, Colombo, St. Vincent, Auckland, and I believe that is a Ledgemod, Venezia. He gets what, better smoke, more smoke, something, smoke?
Essentially, yes to both. So he gets an extra charge of smoke, and that smoke recharges quicker. This is in slot 5, so slight debuff to concealment. It's only 5% instead of 10%. And you lose the debuff of shell dispersion being shot at you as well, so it's easier for you to be hit if you're detected and shot at. Also, hello, Grunty.
You know what? I mean, this is the last game of the day, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm kind of disappointed we did not see how a sub would play in a tournament.
I'm with you there. I was really hoping to see that. So hopefully tomorrow we can see some of that. Because that would be nice. Looks like the Satsuma got a couple of hits in on the St. Vincent. Oh boy.
I didn't even notice because, you know, Satsuma was supposed to eat something and it didn't.
Ooh, Riga spotted. Both battleships firing at it. And not much of a white bar. Different though.
Painful.
Yep, a little bit more painful for Plasmatic Titan St. Vincent.
Well, Apples is going to be a free cap for Team Bravo.
Well, if it does depend on teamwork, but it also adds another dimension to the tournament that a lot of players just aren't familiar with. Ooh, Chewy Bropro just getting whacked.
No, he got whacked. Not kidding.
Completely wrecked there. And there's your Satsuma we were talking about, right? He got the finish. What got all the damage on him? Let's see. The Riga. Ah, the Riga did 23,500 damage to him. Ouch. That's like you got spotted, you started making the cruiser loser turn while you were smoking, but too fast, and then you just got wrecked.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, as much as people don't want to probably acknowledge this, we know how a carrier plays in tournaments because they've been in COTS before. Right?
Yes, although I don't recall, have they been in COTS after the rework?
I think so once, but I remember that's when Midway had the AP bombs, because that is actually what won.
That's what 07 ran.
I believe it was Eagle dropped on a Gehring and killed the Gehring, and that won the game for 07. Right, and then you had SAT with this widespread torps but the next one that wouldn't.
Look at that work by Revenge. That is a clip moment right there. Wow. Revenge just finding this way to handle it through all these torpedoes. Outstanding footwork. Yeah, he's channeling his inner Euro, absolutely.
Wow. Well, he's on fire.
Mm-hmm. DCP is
Oh,
down for
he
20
burns out.
seconds.
He burns
He is a
out.
gunner. Yep. Yep. So, despite all that fancy footwork, he does still go down. So now that's 2 deaths on the side of SFSO and the Romulans. Should have brought a sub.
But I mean, like I was saying, like we kind of knew like what a carrier would be doing,
Mm.
you know, because we've seen it before. And granted, right, it was mainly RTS, but like the only difference is you're not controlling 15 different planes to control the entirety of the map. You're controlling one sector of the map.
Mm-hmm.
This new style, but what does a sub bring? Like, what different dynamic does it bring that you're not expecting?
Right. How many teams come back from a 2 sinking deficit? It's possible. It's really hard, though. And you can see right here, Bjorn with the Colombo trying to make Inky, but hey, Riga exists with its radar. So, he'll take a face full of sap, but that completely negates his attempt to use smoke. And then here comes Satsuma shells. Completely whiffed. Nice job by Mini Bjorn putting on the brakes there. You got a Kiev that's coming in for the ultimate disrespect.
He's not spotted though, so
That's right.
this is a great ambush.
Enterprise getting in on this too. There we go. Kiev is spotted now. Engine boost on. Full speed. Whose torp is going to get the finish? It's going to be the Enterprise. Sure, key torps are formidable. The problem is getting close range to use those, Wolfie.
While that was going on, the Napoli has snuck into Apples and has taken it.
Mm-hmm. Very strong position for that Napoli there. Now, I gotta say, if you see a Jutland like that, and he's not shooting at you, you have to immediately be thinking torpedoes, right? Armac, thank you for doing the clip.
Thinking torpedoes from literally any destroyer that spots me.
Yeah.
Like that.
But even more so with the Jutland, because you'd be thinking single fires. So, I'm really surprised that he hasn't, like, smoked himself up and came out like he did. But I suppose it's because Plasmatics St. Vincent is right behind him.
The enemy is about to win.
Well, I mean, the other thing is the Jutland was kind enough to smoke, so, like...
Mm-hmm.
You kind of want to play the game of I'll blind shoot you and smoke to keep you shooting.
Yep.
Right? Then he can save a smoke against the St. Vincent.
Yep. Svea does get killed by the Satsuma as well. He did a great job dodging too. We were a little far away from that. I was expecting him to take a lot more torps to the face. But yeah, he found a way through those torpedoes. That was very impressive actually. And now all that's left is a St. Vincent making its way to the Thunderdome and a Venezia. I have a feeling they're going to kill the St. Vincent first.
It'd be nice if they didn't, because I'd like to see the Kiev 1v1 to Venezia. I wonder how that would turn out.
That would be interesting. St. Vincent, defensive anti-air up. Oh, that's right. It's got that too. Million tries to get the drop in, comes at a very unfavorable angle, and kind of whiffs that drop. Lost a lot of planes in the process, but that's okay. He's got more.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the St. Vincent cannot take on these 4 ships shooting him.
It looks like you were right. The Satsuma has actually been hurt this game. I think this might be the second game where the Satsuma's really been pulling its weight.
All right, it was all on accident.
No.
Satsuma just came in and stole the kill from the Enterprise, who was trying to steal the kill from the Napoli and the Petro.
Who was trying to steal the kill from somebody else?
Riga?
Yes, the Riga. What is these torpedoes? QB, no. Those are 8-kilometer tours. The Venezia literally has to just turn north and charge you. It's not even going to happen. 20 seconds to go until the end. I don't think he's going to sink. So let's go get ourselves a death pick position.
I mean, there's only one possibility he sinks, and that's if Satsuma actually does something.
Mm-hmm. Well, I heard the shells. Will they get there in time? They got there in time. They just didn't get the kill. All right,
Did they
well,
get that damage in?
we've got a sinking St. Vincent as our final death pick of the day. Huh?
What?
Pretty interesting. All right. And that should do it for us. What time is it? 22. It's been 12 minutes. Do me a favor, Puddin'. Find Tash and see if they're in game or what.
Yeah, I couldn't leave the EU server fast enough.
Never mind. I shall look for you. Bismarck. Oh, he dropped the password. Oh, cool. All right, they are indeed in game. And then the other possibility is Exile and FBL. So I'm just looking to see if there's another game for us to cover. If not, that's no problem. Venezia making defiant Italian hand gestures. Yes, all of them. Let me see if I can find that. Exile. I might just have to scroll here. I don't think that they have a game up either. In which case, that will pretty much do it for us for today, guys. I did promise the wife that I would, you know, not stream until dinner time. Got quite a bit of things to do today. I got to get set up for tomorrow, all that good stuff. So, let me get out of here. Put that on there. Chat, did you guys have fun today? Did you enjoy the tournament? Or is there any feedback that you would give, you'd like me to pass along to the tournament organizers? Let me know what you guys think. It's nice to have a fresh tournament format. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Tomorrow we are going to be starting same time, so 11 a.m. Central Time. And we'll be bringing you guys the last setup here with the addition of the Fog of War. So we won't know which team is playing for which faction yet. That will be really interesting to see. And then when that is done, I actually have a sponsored stream to do. I'm going to be setting that up actually after today's stream is done. We're going to go back to Hero Wars and play Hero Wars for an hour and a half or 2 hours. So that should be some fun. When that's done, we'll probably kick it over to World of Warships and do some replay analysis and stuff like that. Kinger North says, I did like the mix of tiers and how the factions forced your setup. Me too. I thought that was really cool. Could be more interesting if Romulans with the Torp cruisers had a map where they could do Torp things. Fair. Wolfie, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
I mean, like, the only thing I wanted to see from, like, I want to see what a sub brings to comp gameplay.
Hopefully tomorrow we'll see subs in action. There's the one faction that can take them that I saw, which is the Vulcans, right? Or was it the Romulans? I think it's the Romulans.
I thought it was the
actually.
Romulans.
Yeah, it's the Romulans. So yeah, that would be neat to see if they can bring the sub to bear and make something happen.
Well, I mean, they can't just make it a rule, right? I mean, like, they literally can think it up and write it down.
Yeah, and maybe they'll make some tweaks today after this is done for tomorrow. That's a possibility too. We'll have to see what they end up doing. But for now, that pretty much will do it for us for today. So just a couple of quick reminders while we're all here. Maybe remove some of the gun cruisers. Yeah, they could try that. a reminder, tomorrow we will be doing more of the Enterprise, not Enterprise, Factions, War Faction Tournament Alpha Test, and then